G'day everybody, it's Joey here and with a spooky take and make. As promised, well not as promised, I said I would try and do this, and I put together this sort of Victorian Halloween spooky waterfall card. As you can see, there's children on the front, and like a waterfall card you put it, and there's all these spooky images inside, and reveals a journaling space there, and on each one you can write on these messages or little journaling notes. So this can be a standalone, because on the back we've got the witchy poo, and that goes up like that. It says boo. So that's it. It's quite a nice little, very fall and autumn too, the colours. So you know, if you just wanted a little Halloween in a autumn journal or a fall journal, you can pop it in there. It can go in a pocket, or I'll show you later, you can stick it onto a journal card, journal page. Okay, so that's the make. I hope you like it. I'll show you the digitals and just explain that. Some of these need to be, well, it all needs to be printed on paper, but some need to then be stuck on card. So I've tried to separate it out to this. So this is the base. I've got a piece of base together. That's why it has to be on paper, and then you stick it onto card. So this is all this on this page, except for the labels. You can please yourself what you do with those, but the rest has to be stuck onto card, as does this page. These are the flaps. Again, these are just additional decorations, so you can decide yourself whether you want to put those onto card, but these have to be stuck onto card. The last page, 3 pages, this is all on paper, and it remains on paper because these are to be linings and the little pictures that get stuck on the flaps and that. So that's basically, hopefully it all makes sense when I start to put it together. I've cut everything out. I've inked most things, so I won't bore you with that. But I did want to show you what I meant by piecing this together. So this is the witch, and she's stuck onto card like that. Then with this one, you need to stick it there. Now I've written on there join end, so you know exactly it goes onto this end. Obviously that's a different shape, this end, so it's quite obvious. So let me just stick that down so you can see exactly what I mean. So here we go. Hope you've all been well. I've been a lot better. I hope I sound a lot better to last time. I'm still struggling with social media and getting back onto that in some significant way. So if you haven't heard from me, if you've sent me messages or tagged me or everything, I will get round to it. I will. But I thought for the moment I'll concentrate on just doing some crafting and getting some freebies out to you. And I'll pick up on all that stuff later. Thank you for all the lovely comments and the well wishes and everything, and welcome to all the new subscribers, because we've got quite a few new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, do that and click on that bell, whatever they tell you to do. I don't know what you're meant to do, but so you get the notifications, because you know these are coming out at all different times now, these take and makes. And if you follow me on Ko-fi, I think you get a notification. Anyway, that's it. So I just want to, that's pretty simple. Then you can cut all that out. Okay. The reason why you have to have it pieced is because this is quite a long piece. I think most instructions say 32 centimeters, so just over 12 inches. And obviously we print on letter or A4, and it's just not big enough to do this, to make it a substantial side. So that's the method to the madness now, because we don't print on 12 by 12. Well, some lucky people can, but I can't. So I presume you can't. If I can't do so, I presume you can't. Okay, so that's quite straightforward. So then cut that out and ink it like this one. And then we can get on and do the scoring. It's pretty simple, this to do. I'm sure many of you have done waterfall cards before, but nice thing about this is you don't have to measure anything. You just cut it out and go. Now, on here, you see that I've put these dotted lines. So that's what you need to score on. So the first one is where that join was. So score that. And then this one, this white line really helps you line up when you're scoring. I've got that from Gayle Agostinelli, dear Gayle. It was a tip from her, and it does work, as you've heard me say many times before. So let's get these scored. So it's quite a nice little relaxing one, this one. I'm trying to stay relaxed. Okay, right. So when you've scored those, these all need to be folded in a mountain fold, so just straight up. Yep, like a mountain. So they all fold the same way. And we'll just burnish those so they're nice and crisp, making sure that that's nicely lined up there. I've got my treats here. Oh, I love a treat. These are eyeballs. I've got them for the kids, you know, when they come round, but I'm sure I'll have you. That's a finger, and these little tins to put them in. Okay. I'm going to have one of those in a minute. You might have to just do a bit of sticky repairs on this because it sort of comes up when you've done that join. Okay. I just want to ink that top. Get rid of that line there. I've got to buy some more ink. I just re-inked that pad, and it's sort of, that's all stayed on the top. I think I need a new pad, so I'll have to go and do that. I'm terrible for ordering things, so lazy. Okay, right. That's it done. So now we're going to stick on these. Okay, these are on the card, the pictures that flap up. So I've inked all those, but I'll do this one. What we need to do is just round the ends. And just ink this. And with all these things, you have to ink the other side too. Just, I'm going to stick a picture on these later, and it's a lot easier to do it now, I tell you. Okay, right. So you stick these up from reverse, so you can place these in any order you want, just so you know, the back one, the last one goes on first. Okay, so let's get glue in. And the first one, oops, I use art glitter glue for this because we want it to stay. Just across there, and then this one goes up on the first line, so that's on there. Make sure that's firmly down because it takes a lot of wear, sort of thing. Okay, then going forward we can glue here. Put that one on. Finish. And the next one. Oops. I should tell you that's a raven on there, and then these are skulls. So lots of pumpkins and flora and leaves around it, so it's quite autumny. And then the jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkin lanterns. And there's some bats. The next one, the black cat. Every witch has a black cat. And some pumpkins. And then the final one is the cover. So it comes together quite easy. It's, you know, they just got to come out. There's no measuring, which is good. Okay, there's only one real tricky bit in this. Okay. Now I want to just put this, got this as a lining to go at the bottom here. So let's get that on. We'll just use white glue for that. I should thank everyone who left me lovely messages and comments here, you know, on Instagram or Ko-fi. It was so nice. And a big Ko-fi thank you to dear Nicolina, lovely Lisa, Danini, Uta, Karen GP and Margaret. Thank you for your coffees and your kind words, and everyone else who bought me a coffee. That's so sweet of you. And everyone who's been over to Etsy and bought some of the big kits. That's been really nice. People have been buying the Christmas kits from last year. As you know, I'm not doing a Christmas kit this year. So Really nice. Thank you all. Thank you. Okay, and then we just want to put this one on here. Lock that up. Oops, went the wrong way. Okay. That's the linings there. Just want a bit of vintage photo on that. Okay. So next, what we want to do is put the pictures on to here. So I've got those. There is an extra one in these, so you can choose which pictures you want. She's a bit gruesome, I won't include her. I need to just done it on the others. Just do a Rachel snip on the corners of those and ink each one of these. I have distressed like the images anyway, you know, on the digital, but I don't know if you need to do the back really, you don't. Okay, so they fit in nicely. They're quite different size. This is why you need these on paper, so you won't want these on card. Just snip that in there. You can go around and ink this more if you want. Okay. Next we got the witchy poo on the broomstick. These are quite gruesome, some of these images, but I think a lot of the Victorians were like that, weren't they? With they're very Gothic, and you know, some of the Victorian stuff is really eerie and creepy. Even, you know, these almost like storybook images. That's got that sort of look. They were very eerie. These are some sugar skulls. I like sugar skulls. Are they called sugar skulls? I think they are. Mexican, aren't they? The Day of the Dead. They can go. As I say, you've got these in any order you want. And we've got the wizard with his potions. Then we've got a skull with rats and lovely roses. See, it's very Victorian. Skulls, rats and roses. All quite morbid, isn't it? Well, it is to us now. We've sanitised everything, haven't we? The Victorians knew how to do death and mourning. Okay, and then the wizard and the witch. Like a very happy husband and wife scene. I don't do much Halloween, as I said last time. So this was quite fun doing this. I've never done a full Halloween kit. I love this one. Look, can you see? They're like 3 ghosts, like kids in the sheets. I tell you, who is great at Halloween? My dear friend Nancy Piper. I'll give a link to Nancy's YouTube channel because she's great with everything. But yeah, whenever I think of Halloween, I always think of Nancy. She does some great things. I think halfway through the year, about May time, she does half-a-ween, so like halfway to official Halloween. And she's always doing great stuff. So if you like Halloween, go and check out Nancy's channel. Dear Nancy. Okay, right, so I think we're getting there. Just ink that bit, and then we're putting the mechanism. Yeah, I said it's quite straightforward. Right, this is the complicated bit. In the kit, there's this, which you need to back onto card, and this goes at the back like this, and the join, it's not a full join, goes round here like that. Okay, but this you want to stick. This is where it gets complicated. On the back there's the original base card, then the little picture card you stuck on top. You need to stick these onto this bit here. Okay. So it's just, it needs to be loose but not too loose, but not too tight. So line that up there. I'm trying to show you. Can you see it gets stuck like that onto that? So that's the last flip card, and then it's stuck onto the base there. So just trying to keep it straight as well. So hopefully you saw that. If you don't, this is just a basic waterfall card, and there's lots of YouTube tutorials on waterfall cards. But you know me, I'm not the best explainer. But that's it. So then that one goes over there like that. You need to make sure that's really dry. You start playing around with it. But that's it now. That's the mechanism. What caused that? Was that right in your face? Sorry. Okay. So just on the back here, we've got a skull. So we can put, straighten that up a bit. Let's just stick this on. Stick that on there. Then I've got a label. There's lots of different labels in this. That one that says boo. Okay, what else we got? We've got some labels. So there's lots of bits in here you can use to decorate. So I'm going to put a charm on the bottom. So I've got a skull charm. So I'm going to do that next. Just center that somewhere up there. Okay, then we just put this one that says pool. It says Halloween, and then we'll put these little stamp decorations. You can use your own stuff as well. You can put lace on it, or some stamps and ink stamps. There's some celebrations. I don't know, I think that's Jan at the door. It's my neighbour. She's bringing down a blue-tongued lizard that's in her garden, and she's got lots of cats and dogs, and she's worried that they might attack it. So she's bringing it down here as a little refuge place for it in our backyard. Because she's got lots of pets, all her fences and that are netted to keep the snakes out, because we have brown snakes here. So therefore the lizards can't get out and find their own habitat. So she brings them down here, and they find, sometimes they stay, sometimes they just go and find their own home. We're not a wildlife sanctuary or anything. I'm not very good with animals. Domestic animals I'm fine with, but not the wildlife. Put that down there. Should have put that under. But anyway. Okay, I think we're done. As I say, it's a simple one because there's no measuring to do. So that's it. There we go. All done. And the back, all going good. Just show you quickly. So that's, as I say, you can put that in a journal pocket. You can put it under a belly band. You can give it away in a little Halloween bag. But if you want to, you can actually stick it on. This was a prototype I've done, so it's basically the same. But can you see, when I do prototypes, I print them out on copy paper, so you can see the difference there between the two papers, as always. But I think this looks good on copy paper because it gives it a real vintage look. That faded. But anyway, if you want to stick it into a journal, the band that you put across, don't put that skull on, just put some glue, or I've got some sticky tape and double-sided sticky tape. But it's only that part that you want to stick down, otherwise nothing can move. So let me put this in the middle like that. And then you can stay in your journal page like that. Just, you want to do that. I don't know if you can't really, I don't know if you can stick it down further at the top. No, it won't move. It has to move, doesn't it? So there you go. So there it is. Spooky Victorian Halloween waterfall card. I hope you like it. Go and grab it. It's now on Ko-fi. available for free as always. I'll be back. Next one will be, I'm going to do a stuffed pocket tag, stuffed tag. That's it. But it's going to have a Remembrance Day feel, so it's quite somber because we'll be coming up to Remembrance Day on November the 11th. So I'll try and get it out at the beginning of November. It's quite a sad make piece, you know, soldiers and that type of thing. Different to that because there's photographs going to it. But what I want to do is just do maybe another project with poppies. So if you're not into the remembrance thing, there's a nice poppy type make, but I haven't done that bit yet. I've done the soldier one for Amy's 50 stack challenge last year. I don't know what the prompt was, but there was a prompt. Yeah, I thought that'd be a good one to do timely. And then we'll be into Christmas. So I've got lots of some Christmas ideas to do. I want to do a couple, you know, since I'm not doing a big kit, or I haven't done a big kit. So I hope there's a few leading up to Christmas of freebies you can make. I was even thinking maybe a Christmas version of this might be nice. We'll see. Or there's lots of it. Anyway, there'll be projects. There's definitely be a pink one, which is a really simple one, pink Christmas one. Anyway, hope you like that. Hope you have a lot of fun. Happy Halloween. Well, time for a finger, I think. No, not nice. But anyway. Anyway, love you lots. See you in a couple of weeks' time. Happy Halloween. And treat the kids. See ya. Bye.